All right, everybody, the Calder Cup is underway at the arena, but there's another event that's going to be firing up wrestling fans here in the near future. On May 30th, All Elite Wrestling, known by its fans as AEW, is making its highly anticipated debut at the arena. And today, I actually have a really, really special guest for us. The AEW World Champion, Swerve Strickland, joins us. How you doing, Swerve?
I'm doing great, man. Thank you for having me.
Oh, this is great. Love the belt. It's great. And I know you just got that about a month ago. You beat Samoa Joe for the belt. So congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
First off, I just want to talk about that win because this was historic. And can you explain to the fans why this was a historic win for AEW with you taking the belt?
I am the first African American to actually not only just win the AEW World Championship, but to challenge for it on pay-per-view, not let alone to main event and headline the pay-per-view itself in St. Louis at Dynasty earlier this year. There was a lot of pressure. There was a lot of anticipation for the match as well on the possibility. Could it happen on that night against Samoa Joe? There was a lot of big fanfare as well. I would say probably the biggest highlight of my career by far. And coming from where I started in All Elite Wrestling, which was just debuting on Revolution in 2022 in March, to just like my first match being on a Rampage on a Friday night, being unknown and really working myself up to being just like a steady Dynamite live television performer and earning the fanfare, earning the trust of Tony Khan in the locker room, and to the point where it's just hard work and steady and consistency and just putting out good performance and great television to getting trusted with being the face of the company in All Elite Wrestling as the world champion.
And I told you a little bit earlier, I'm a converted AEW fan. I've been following you guys for about 2 years. I actually went to the live event in LA last year. So for me as watching, do you think that was a turn for you in your career? Because you were already on a way high, fast path of just watching your performance over is when I started watching. And that match seemed to catapult you into national headlines. It's a G-rated show, so we can't go into some of it. But what did you feel about that match changing your trajectory?
Honestly, it was odd how calm I was going into it and seeing about the material that was being done in the match. That's very odd to say because I pushed my body to a very, very breaking point of a limit. You know what I mean? And I feel like the fans seen something in me in that match with Hangman Page that they've seen before, but not in All Elite Wrestling. Like you said, that was your first time going and seeing somebody push themselves like that. It's like, wow, now you're a converted fan. And was it necessary? Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But just the fact, once again, I feel like that was the night to really make an impact and showcase what this business means to me and what All Elite Wrestling means to me, how far I'm willing to go to put it out there. And the fans, they felt that too. And ever since that moment, I felt like they gravitated towards me in such a unique way, such a different way that was unlike any other star has ever done in the company. So that meant so much to me. That's definitely was I wouldn't say started the momentum switch. And I feel like it came up a little bit before that, maybe following Wembley and going into Wrestle Dream in Seattle. But that was definitely the one where okay, we want to see this guy rewarded for this.
Yeah, I think, and just being in the audience, and you talked about it. We watch wrestlers so talented in so many different ways, and there's so many different kind of ways wrestling is talented, whether it's entertainment, whatever. But there's that extra drive that pushes that person to be like, just you watch the fans kind of take that over, and that's kind of what my next question is, because as people are saying, this is a good time for wrestling fans. I hear this on all brands, right? That the wrestling is just so amazing right now. So for the people that maybe watch other brands, or people maybe who haven't went to any wrestling match, what would you say to these people that may want to come out to Acrisure here at the end of the month, your debut in the Valley? How would you get them, or what would you tell them to come out and see? What would they expect?
I feel like there's people that are wrestling fans or who have been wrestling fans in the past that haven't been caught up to wrestling in the past several years, I would say. Um, this is a return to that original feeling of what made the magic of pro wrestling to us as kids. Feels like trust me, I have a lot of friends in the industries of like hip hop and music and acting and all that stuff, and a lot of them haven't seen wrestling for a very long time. They've watched as a kid, and I bring them to an all elite wrestling show, whether it's a pay per view, a Dynamite, a Collision, or a Rampage. They fall back in love to it, and they get that childlike feeling of when they watched it when they were younger again. They get the feeling they're watching something cutting edge, something new, something refreshing. And they feel like they're watching, like there's people from the past that they remember that are still competing at high levels, like an Adam Copeland and a Christian and a Billy Gunn, and like before his retirement we had a Sting, we have a Chris Jericho. You're seeing these guys who you grew up with wrestling, guys who are literally the future of this business, like a Hook, a Daniel Garcia, a Kyle Fletcher, a Shane Taylor, a Will Hobbs, myself, Will Ospreay, Jay White. These are guys that are like the next legends. So I feel like you're catching like two different generations, the shift going on. And so I feel like that's something people want to be a part of. People want to be a part of something that's shifting and that's becoming cutting edge, and that's like kind of like the new age way of doing things, and that's innovative. And it feels like it's the new wave of music that's taking shape in the wrestling, but in wrestling form. So I feel like that's what people are going to truly gravitate to, and not to mention just the men, but the women as well. The Mercedes Monet coming over. Willow taking off the way she is. A Tony Storm being so innovative with her character. And like the timeless Tony Storm gimmick, but also being like one of the best women's wrestlers on the planet. There's like so much going on right now, and like following the buzz from All in Wembley Stadium, I feel like this is probably one of the better times than any to just really gravitate and be a part of what we're doing here in All Elite Wrestling, and not to mention myself at the top of the mountain as AEW World Champion, someone who made history within the short 5 years of this company. Like I was able to still make history, you know, and with all the like I said, the most stacked roster, international wise and national wise, there's nothing that we can't do, and we would love to have new viewers be a part of that as well and to grow with us.
All right. Thanks, champ. We appreciate your time today. Everyone can catch Swerve as he changes the arena into Swerve's house. That is, again, at the Acrisure, May 30th. Tickets are still available. Any last words, Swerve?
Man, check us out every Wednesdays on TBS and every Saturdays on TNT. But this one coming up, May 30th, is a special Thursday taping for Collision, man. Really, we would love for you to come out, be a part of something new, cutting edge, and help us shape and change the business.
And that's right. If you want to be part of that and maybe see yourself on TV the following Saturday, you can still get your tickets. Again, champ, thanks again. Congratulations on that belt. We look forward to watching your career just skyrocket from here. Appreciate your time.
Appreciate your support.